Hi, Teak Tigers. We're going to start our math lesson off today with a mind bender activity. So this is kind of similar to what we did yesterday with our math stretch, but this gives you the chart to use the clues to fill in. But you're going to have to draw that chart because it's on the computer and I don't have paper to give you. So anyway, so take a minute and draw this chart. When you're finished drawing the chart, come back to the video. Okay, so now that your chart is drawn, let's see how we're going to do this. I'm going to read it to you. Two girls, Harriet and Kathy, and two boys, Isaac and Jack, all had A's in science on the last test. Their last names are Asher, Barber, Candle, and Davis. Read the clues to find each person's last name. Okay, so we have all the kids' first names listed here. We have all the possible last names up here, but we don't know which ones go together. So Jack's last name is not Asher or Candle. So I can eliminate two possibilities. So Jack's last name is not Asher. So it's not Asher, so I'm going to put an X in the column that Asher is in and the row that Jack is in. Jack's last name is also not Candle, so I'm going to put an X in the candle spot. So I still don't know Jack's name, but I do know that it is either Brazier or Davis now. So pause your video, and I want you to figure the rest of this out. When you're finished, come back, resume the video, and you can see if you do it the way I do it. Okay, so we figured out the first one, the first clue. So let's go to the second clue. Harriet's last name is not Asher. Harriet's last name is not Asher. So let's get us an X over here because it's not. Here's Harriet, and it's not Asher. Okay, let's look at clue 3. Isaac's last name is not Asher or Candle. Isaac's last name, so I go down to Isaac, it's not Asher, and it's not Candle. Oh, do you see what I see? I see that in the column with Asher, 3 of them have X's, and the only one left has nothing. So that means that Kathy's last name is Asher. So I'm going to put a Y in that box. Something else this tells me is that Kathy's last name is not Barber. Kathy's last name is not Candle. Kathy's last name is not Davis. And I see I put a Y here instead of an X. So let me move that. Okay. Ooh, that brings me to something else, doesn't it? It tells me that Kathy's name, sorry, that's not right. That's not what I meant. That tells me that Candle must be Harriet's last name because in this column I have 3 X's and 1 blank under Candle. So I'm going to put that Y in that spot, and that's going to tell me that Harriet's name is Candle. Last name is Candle, Harriet Candle. Okay, see how we're ruling things out using our clues and process of elimination. So number 3, Isaac's last name is not Asher or Candle. Okay, Isaac's last name is not Asher. Oh, we already filled that one in because I'd already figured out that it wasn't. So it's not Asher and it's not Candle. And I've already done that one for you because we were able to eliminate some of the other ones. The last clue says that Jack's last name is shorter than Isaac. So Isaac and Jack, their last name's either Brazier or it's Davis. And Jack's is shorter than Isaac's. So Jack's last name, let's see, let's look at the two possibilities. Barber has 6 letters, and Davis has 5 letters. So that means the shorter one, which is Jack's name, is going to be Barber. It also tells me that Isaac's name is not Barber. It tells me, sorry, not Barber. I didn't mean that. I meant it's not, sorry. I confused myself a little bit there. Got ahead. Jack's name is shorter than Isaac. So Jack's was either Barber or Davis. So Barber is longer than Davis. So Davis is shorter. So that means that, Jack's goes here on Davis. And so Isaac's is longer, so Isaac's is the longer one, which is, we know it's not Davis, so it has to be Isaac, or sorry, Barber. Okay. Now, okay, I already know that Harriet's last name is Candle because I'd figured that out earlier, so I can put X's here and X here and an X down here. Okay, so now I know that I look at my first names and I look across the way. Harriet's last name is Candle. It's Harriet Candle. Kathy's last name is Asher. They've got the Y there. Kathy Asher. Isaac's last name is Barber. We've got the Isaac Barber where the Y is. And then I know that Jack's last name is Davis. Jack Davis. Now, it's really a good idea to, to circle where your Y's are, but I'm don't have a circle tool right now. So, okay, so that was our mind bender. So let's move on to our lesson. We are comparing and ordering whole numbers today. That means that we are seeing if numbers are less than each other, greater than, or equal to. It also means that we are putting numbers in order from least to greatest or greatest to least. Okay, so for our task, we have 2 tasks today. First task is write one comparison statement that is true and one comparison statement that is not true. And then use place value to justify your statement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little tool over here. I want to start from the largest place value, so the one that's farthest to the left, and I'm going to compare. It's easiest if you put these numbers in a column like they've done for you in this chart, so I can see that, so I can compare just column by column. So I start with the largest, which is the 10,000s. So I see that they're all 8s. So I cannot tell at this point which one is going to be, which order to put them in. I'm going to put them in order from greatest to least so I can make my statements. And then, so we go to the next column. Do I have any differences in this one? I sure do. I have an 8 in the thousands place, and for Magnolia, a 1 for El Paso, a 6 for Laredo, and a 9 for Waco. At this point, I can decide if I want to order them least to greatest or greatest to least because the problem doesn't tell me which one to do. So let's start with the one that is, let's do least to greatest. So if I look here, the one I'm looking at, those numbers there, the one with the smallest number is El Paso. So El Paso is going to be my smallest. Oops, it's not writing. Oops, not El Paso. I want to write the number. 81,100. Nope, sorry. 81,029. Okay, so 81,029. And I want to separate these with a semicolon, not a comma, because commas go in the middle of numbers, and the semicolon in the case of math is better to use to separate your numbers with. So that's the smallest one. Now let's look for the next smallest one. So I have 8 left, a 6, and a 9. So out of those three numbers, the 6 is the smallest. So Laredo would be the next smallest number. So let's write that up here. So it would be 86,658. Put my semicolon to separate them. Okay, what's the next in size? So this one was a 6. So the next one, we have an 8 and 9 left, and 8 is smaller than 9. So I'm going to say that Magnolia is the next smallest. So I'm going to write the number for Magnolia, 88,188. And that leaves one less left, which is 89,640. Okay? All right. So now I need to write a statement that is true and a statement that is false. So 81,029 is the least, and then going up to the greatest, 86,000, 88,000, 89,000. Okay, so let's make a statement that's true. Let's say that 86,658 is less than, which one? I want you to figure that out. Pause your video. Tell me which one is less than that number. And then I want you to make a statement that is false. I want you to make one that is not true, that if I looked at it and I would say, oh, nope, sorry, that's wrong. So pause your video. And where's my record? Pause your video and come back to it when you're finished. Okay, so now let's see if you picked the same one I did. So 86,658 is the second smallest. So as long as I didn't put 81,029, I'm going to be correct on this one. So I'm just going to use 89,640. Okay, so 86,658 is less than 89,640. Is that true? Yes, it is a true statement. And we did, in our discussion, we did use our place value on how to figure that out. So let's write one that's false. You should have already written your false statement. I'm going to write my false statement now. And it's going to be that 88,188 is greater than 89,640. Now, is that a true statement? No, it is a false statement, because we know that the eights, the first place, the 10,000s, those are the same, and then, but my thousands place, I have an 8 in this one and a 9 in this one. So 8 is less than 9, not greater than 9. So that's how you can tell that that's true. Okay, so here is task B. We're going to use a comparison symbol, or greater than or less than symbol, like we did before. We're going to use that to compare the numbers below. So what I did was I took these two numbers that I'm comparing and I laid them, I wrote them one right out underneath the other, okay? It's really good to use graph paper for this because you can keep your numbers lined up very precisely. So I'm going to start from the left-hand side where the greatest value is, and I'm going to compare them. So, and I put the number on the left that I'm comparing goes on top, the number on the right goes on the bottom. And if I had another one, it would go underneath there. So I compare the 5s, and they are the same. So I can't tell which one's what the comparison is yet. The 6s are the same, so I still can't tell. The 2s are the same. Boy, this one's tricky, isn't it? I can't tell yet either. The 3s are the same. Oh, look, I get to my 10,000s column, and finally I see a difference here. So the difference is that, so I have 4 40,000 up here and 6 60,000 here. 4 is less than 6. So that means that 562,347,983 is going to be less than 562,367,984. So I am going to put a less than sign. Now remember, to show that those two, that's the comparison. Remember, when you are using your place value sign, I mean your greater than or less than symbol, the smaller part of it is pointing to the smaller number, and then the more open part is opening to the larger number. You've probably heard that called the alligator before, because the alligator is going to chomp up the bigger number. And that is a way to look at it, but you need to know that when it's pointing, that's the less than sign. And if I turned it around, it would mean greater, because the open part is to the greater. So this number is less than this one. Okay. Whoops, wrong way. All right, now it's time to do our work. Okay. So yeah, this is kind of a long lesson today, so guys, sorry. All right, so we're comparing numbers here. I'm going to put, we want to know a number that's equal to. This is your anchor chart. You have this in your packet, so you'll be writing this down. I'm going to walk you through it, and then when I'm finished, you can copy, or you can pause between each one. Okay, so make sure you do have your note taker. This is comparing and ordering numbers note taker. So I'm going to put, I need a number here. So I'm going to put the number, whoops, can't see that. Move it up a little bit. No. Okay, the number 875,692. And it is equal to 875,692. So that means my equal sign goes there. So that is a sign for equal. So if each number and each column is the same, those numbers are equal. Okay, so let's do, now we need to do one that is less than. So less than, I need to pick out of these two numbers which are less. The 8s are the same, the 7s are the same, the 5s are the same, the 6 is smaller, less than. So that's going to go here. 875,935 is going to go here. And I can say that 875,692 is less than 875,935. And there's my less than sign. Okay, so now we want to do greater than. So let's look at these two numbers, 458,903, 459,803. So let's look at this. 4s are the same. 5 and 5 is the same. 8 and 9 are not the same. So now I can compare them. And I'm looking for the one that's greater. So the greater one will go first, which is this one. Nope, it's this one. See, that one's tricky. And the way I wrote this number is the way you will see it on a test because they like to trick you. That's just the way they are. Not nice, huh? Okay, so there we have it. 459,803 is greater than 458,903. And by flipping the 8 and the 9 in the numbers, that makes it real confusing sometimes. So really pay attention and don't mess up like I almost did. Okay, so that brings us over here to ordering numbers from least to greatest and greatest to least. Okay, so I already have the numbers in the boxes. Some of them aren't exactly, oops. Okay, it was hard getting all these text boxes in there. Oh, it's because I don't need that one. Okay, just ignore that last one. All right, so least to greatest, starting with and let's read this first number, 3,910,145,364. So you break it up by the periods, and I want you to put the commas where they belong. So put the commas like the 5, start back from the ones, 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma. So you're separating them from 3, starting at the end of the number. Every third number, put a comma, and that will help you read your numbers a lot. So let's look at the billions place. We have, all of them are 3s. So I don't know which one is going to go there yet. Look at the 100 millions column. I have a 9, a 7, and a 7. And I'm doing least to greatest, and 7s are less than 9. So I don't know which one is the smallest one, but I do know which one is the greatest. So I'm going to put this one in as 3,910,000 100. Oh, I said that wrong. 3,910,145,364. Okay, so now I'm finished with that top number. Oops, this needed to be a little bit bigger, I guess. Okay, so there's my number that I know that one is the greatest because I could tell already. So now I'm looking at these bottom two numbers, and because they were both 7s, they were the smallest two, and they were equal. So let's look to the next column, and I have 3s in the next column. Both of them have 3s in that thousands place, or sorry, 10 millions place. And then I go to my millions place, looking at these two, and I can tell which one is a 7 and one is a 9. So I know that 7 is less than 9. So that's going to be my least number, my smallest one. So I'm going to type this in the box. See if I can say it right this time. 3,737,737,037. Now be careful with this one because there is a 0 in that 100,000 spot. Okay, so you still have to put it there. You can't just ignore it. And you can see it there, but when you're reading the number, make sure you're saying it's 37,000. 37,267. Okay, make this a little bit longer. Okay, and that leaves this one. I'm gonna move this over a little bit because I know I'm gonna need some space. Okay. All right, so okay. All right, so then my last one right here, 3,739,900 410,676. So I'm going to type that number in here now. 72 million, sorry, I can't see. 3,439,410,676. It's very small on my screen. Okay, so that is those numbers from least to greatest. All right, so now let's do greatest to least. Same process. You're going to, actually, I want you to do this one on your own. Pause it. Make sure when you come back that you check it to see that it is the same thing that I have put, okay? So go pause your video for a minute, check it, and see what we have. Okay. Nope. Okay, well, it's not going to let me do it that nicely, so I'm just going to type in the numbers and say them while I am. It is, let's see, we're looking for the greatest one this time, and that would be, wait, 8 L8s. Then we have 2, 3, and 2. So the greatest one is going to be 3. 3 is greater than the 2s. So this number is 8,393,000 million, sorry, 8,393,610,355. Okay, so now let's look at our next one. Let me see if I can move this one over a little bit so I'll have room. No. Okay. Just gonna scooch it. Okay, so the next one is going to be, we have to go to the next place value. So we're going to go to the 10 millions, because it was the millions where we found our greatest one. So we know it's not this middle one, but here's our 10 millions column, and we have a 5 in the first one and a 9 in the last one. So 9, remember we're looking for the greatest, so 9 is, or sorry, 8 is greater than 5. 8 is greater than 5. So this number here is going to be my next number in order. So it's going to be 8,288,000,000. Can't see that number there. Ah, shoot. I think that's an 8. Oh, for crying out loud. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, let's just undo, see if that works. Okay, yes, it is an 8. Oops, that didn't help much. I think I am jinxed by this technology today. I think it's got a devil in it or something. Okay, so that was supposed to be a, oops, let's go one more time and see if I can, there we go. So 2 billion, or 8,288,820,000. $455. Okay. And there's an extra 5 down there. Just ignore it. I couldn't get rid of it. Let's move this over. Oops, not that one. Get longer. Okay, so our last one, by process of elimination, we've already used this one was the, the middle number was our greatest. Our next greatest was our bottom one, and so the top number is going to be our least. So that is 8,257,000,000 31,000. Notice that 0 in there, and I just wrote it wrong because I forgot to put the 0 in there. Because when you hear 31, you just want to write 31, but that's why it's really good to use a place chart to help you. 31,555. Okay, and there you have it. So make sure that if you weren't copying along while I did it, that you did it. Do you pause and do it now? Okay, so complete this. This is to be glued into your math journal. On the next page of your math journal, please glue this in. And I didn't say anything really about this first slide. I should have. That's the normally. Well, yours is back to back. I mean, yeah, copied back to back. So yours will fold up like a book. So this first page is an important page too. And I should have said something about it first. Compare and order numbers. That's what the title is. And here we have a word bank. These are the kind of words that we find in this type in comparing and ordering numbers. So if you don't know what these words are, then go look in the math glossary in the Power Focus area, and that can help you. You can use your vocabulary glossary that's in the math toolkit or it's in the resources section to help define those answers so you'll know them. Okay, so and there's our anchor chart. Make sure that's in your journal. All right, next thing is we're going to, the work for today, your assignment to do on your own. We have our math toolkit place value chart inserted in here for you. You're going to have to, if you want to print it, you're going to have to go into the resources from Wednesday, the stuff from Wednesday, and it should be in there. Okay, so here, and it will help you to figure these out. So here's your assignment. Record the missing comparison symbols needed to make the comparison statements true. Okay, so we're comparing, I'll do the first one with you. We're comparing 92,123,238 and 184,143,659. So if you put that in, if you write that in the place value chart, pull that one up in Kami or write in grid paper, that helps. So I compare the largest place value, and this number on the left, the 93 million, does not even have 100 million. So we automatically know this one is less than. So you would put a less than sign there. Okay. Actually, it should let me write in it. Or maybe not. No, it won't. So anyway, that's that. All right, so the other side. So this time you're providing the greater than, less than, or equal signs. On number 2, you are recording a number that will make this true. Okay, so blank is less than 236,012,000. So you're just going to write your own number that is less than this number. And here you're going to record a number on here that's equal to this one. You want one here that's less, you want this one to be less. No, this one is less. So you want to pick a bigger number here. And then this one is less than. So you want to put a number that is less than here. Okay. And then circle one of the pair of numbers above that is not equal and write a number that has a value between these two numbers. So what you're going to do is we already decided that these two were not equal. So I want to write a number that it comes in between them. So I could do just 100 million, because 93 million and the other numbers, 184 million, 100, anything greater than 93 million and less than 184 million will fit there. So that's how you do that. This will be turned in. Okay, you're going to have to turn this into your assignments. This doesn't, the anchor chart does not get turned in. It gets, you have the paper for it, and it goes on, it goes into your journal. This gets turned in. All right, have a great day, Tigers. It didn't record. Are you freaking kidding me? Okay. I'm going to scream. Do an undo there. It's already 5:25. Good Lord, I do not have time for this.